Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NXT! This is WWE 2K26 Universe Mode, episode 14, and tonight we come to you live once again from the NXT shed in Orlando, Florida. Welcome to the show, folks. I am Callum, otherwise known as the KO King. Welcome to KO Productions, and welcome to NXT, where tonight we have 3 championship matches and an action-packed edition of the Black and Silver brand as always. So let's not waste any further time and get straight into the action. Here we go, man. Let's get to work. The NXT Tag Team titles kicking us off live tonight, as last week it was said by the Creeds, Brutus and Julius that they want to defend the tag goal, but they don't care who their opponents are. So they have issued an open challenge tonight for any team back there in the NXT locker room to step up with the NXT tag titles on the line. But it seems like Brutus and Julius, the tag champs, haven't come to Orlando alone tonight, because behind them, lurking in the shadows, is Ivy Nile, also of American made. She lost out to Jordan Grace in the first episode of WWE Dark a couple of weeks ago, but she's here alongside the tag team champs, the Creeds, as they try and successfully defend the NXT tag team titles for the second time of this season. They were victorious in the inaugural episode of NXT in defense of their tag titles over Fraxium of Nathan Frazier and Axiom, but we'll see how they do against a team that they have no idea who it'll be. And that is the great thing about open challenges. It could be absolutely anyone. It could be Hornswoggle Finley. Could you imagine the scenes in Orlando? But we find out in due time. The Creeds are out. Who are going to be their opponents for the gold? Oh, can't wait to find out. The crowd is anticipating, and what the hell? Oh, yeah, okay. Well, the Triple A representation is here. It's Psycho Clown, but he's on his own. Isn't just Psycho Clown over the tag team titles? Well, a couple of weeks ago in the first episode of WWE Dark, we saw the debut of El Hijo del Vikingo defeating Rey Mysterio on the SmackDown side of things. I've not saw him since, but we're seeing Psycho Clown here with us. Oh, this is awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Psycho Clown, another Triple A standout. One of the greatest Mexican exports to ever lace him up. And he is a psycho, he is a clown, he is a deranged lunatic. But he can absolutely be on fire, I'll tell you. Look at this. From the Psycho Clown. Oh, the Creeds. Couldn't be expecting this, I'll tell you. But it's just him again. Has he got a partner? I mean, does anyone even want a team with this man? I wouldn't be surprised if not. Nonetheless, tag titles on the line. The Creeds defend against Psycho Clown, and he's found himself a partner. And listen to this place in Orlando. Another Triple A partner. Mr. Iguana! Oh, well, if you want to talk about being deranged, this man fits right in that category. I mean, just look at him. He's got Layeska with him as another tag team partner. Layeska's not going to be happy that he's teaming with Psycho Clown tonight and not him. But nonetheless, we could have new NXT tag team champions in the form of 2 AAA competitors in Psycho Clown and Mr. Iguana. Well, look at Iguana crawling around to ringside with his iguana in his mouth. He could have more than that in his mouth after the night is over. He could have one of the NXT Tag Team Championships, which are currently held by the Creed brothers, but maybe not for long. If Iguana and the Psycho Clown have anything to say about it. What a surprise. What a treat here in Orlando. It's those right there. Beautiful, coveted and prestigious NXT Tag Team titles are on the line. Let's head down to the ring now with the official ring introductions from Mr. Micro.
Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 386 pounds. team up, Psycho Clown and Mr. Iguana. And their opponents, at a combined weight of 495 pounds, the NXT Tag Team Champions, Brutus and Julius, the Creed Brothers.
What a great reception for the Creed brothers. Ripping those American flags on their singlets. Going against two Mexican exports for those right there. NXT Tag Team Championships. Referee Joey Gonzalez is in the duties for this NXT Tag Title match to kick it off on the black and silver brands. Here we go, ring of the bell, match up on the way. It's going to be Julius kicking it off with the Psycho Clown. His nice kick now. We're in the midsection of Julius Creed. And again, taking out that time by Psycho Clown. An elbow drop now by the Clown. And another one. Beautiful connection that time. Picking him up, Julius though able to counter and a jawbreaker. Can they get their second defense of the NXT Tag Titles as he just sent Psycho Clown right at the outside of the ring? But Ivy Nail right beside him as well. Oh, what's Julius thinking here? He's going to fly off, but Ivy grabbed him, making sure there was no successful shot executed by Julius. Ivy going to stay out of it. Julius had a game plan there, and Ivy Nail stopped it in its tracks. Not great start from the Creeds, but nonetheless, it's Julius still in control against the Psycho Clown. On the outside of the ring, not for long, catching the forearm with the Clown and a drop kick. Oh, Psycho Clown on the apron. What's he thinking here? A moonsault off of him. To ringside on a Julius Creed. The officials on a count of 7. Both men going to get back in the ring. And that's NXT Tag Team Championship matchup. On the apron is the Clown here. Count of 8. Springing in. Crossbody cover. New Tag Team Champions already. 2 count kick out by Julius Creed. Almost the new champ's crown. Psycho Clown looking good off the opening bat here. And now Ivy Nail bringing in a steel chair to the ring, trying to equalise the odds for the Creed brothers. Tag made. Here comes Mr. Iguana. There's a double team offense there. And now the Iguana. Look at the head. Scissors that with a thing of beauty. Oh, these two Mexican standouts are putting in a shift here against the NXT Tag Team Champions. They're going to have to remain here full time in NXT if they want the gold. That would be awesome. Oh, look at that, Julius. Stops him in his tracks. Shoulder tackle tag. Here comes Brutus Creed. But there's the Iguana. Runs right in. Oh, bumping into one another. Creed able to take him down. Hitting him hard. And now Brutus Creed sends him out of the corner. Brings him out. Making a tag right back to Julius. Double team offense. Now Julius Creed overhead. Belly to belly suplex on the Iguana. Shooting the half now. Hook of the leg. Or not hooking the leg. Rather just keeping the shoulders down off the mat. But only enough for one. Kick out by Mr. Iguana. Now it's Julius. Waist lock, go behind, Irish whip, sends him. And in the corner, tag back in as Brutus, more double team offense as they were now just wearing down Mr. Iguana. And that's Tag Team Championship contest, making Iguana regret even answering the call. Alongside Psycho Clown. The question is though, whose idea was it? Was it the Clowns? Was it the Iguanas? Did they both say, yeah, let's team up and try and win the tag team titles? Nonetheless, it's a great addition to NXT as the Iguana now fighting back, clothesline sends him on the outside of the ring. And look at Mr. Iguana go. Oh, goodness. And Mr. Iguana topic on Halo. Taking out Brutus on the outside. Oh, but Julius with a kick. Oh, the Iguana going right back for Julius and now sending Julius off the apron. Uh-oh. You don't want to be there, Iguana, because there's Brutus Creed on the outside of the ring. Butterfly stalling suplex. Oh, Iguana hitting hard on the outside that time. Julius still down and out from Iguana. Knocking him off the apron moments ago. Now sending the Iguana into the steel steps. Right into the stairs at ringside. Julius stomping away on the Iguana. Brutus breaking the count, going out of the ring. To grab the Iguana, get it back in, and try and retain the NXT Tag Team titles. So ever since Iguana got tagged in, the shift has tied to the Creed brothers. The control has been in their favour. Top rope goes Brutus Creed. Iguana don't want to be there. Double axe handle. Cover. Shoulders down on the Iguana. There's Psycho Clown making the save. He wants back in there, man. He was doing great. But Mr. Iguana getting worn down. But there's Brutus Creed. Oh, full on that time. And Brutus, he wants a piece of the Psycho Clown. But there's Iguana from behind here. Took his eye off the legal man. And look at this on the outside. Psycho Clown, oh, going after the neck as Iguana just sits there, a leg in a basket. My goodness, and now Psycho Clown going to send Brutus back in for the Iguana. Tag team titles in the line, this elbow drop. Tag made back in now. Comes the Psycho Clown. Oh, Clown going to fly, senton off the cannonball. Bottom rope cover. Look at the leg, shoulders down. New tag champion, 2 count on a kick out. Julius also coming in to try and make that save. A powerful kick out there by Brutus Creed. And this tag team championship match, he just clotheslined the referee. I don't think that was intentional. Maybe he thought that was his opponent. But nonetheless, Brutus Creed backing up Psycho Clown and a torture rack slam. Down he goes. Cover. Look at the legs. Shoulders down. The official down to his feet. But there's Mr. Iguana making a save. And now Brutus getting a piece of Mr. Iguana, going to bring him back into the ring the hard way. He doesn't want to be there. Wow! Look at that. There's Psycho Clown from behind. He smacked to the face. What's the Clown thinking here? Oh, it's the Clown. Gonna fly against Brutus. Outside of the ring goes Creed. Here comes Psycho Tope Suicida. The Tope Con Halo rather. There's the crowd paying their appreciation for the opening tag team opening contest. With the titles on the line tonight. Brutus getting decimated by the Clown here. What's Psycho thinking? Big shot. Right at the back of the net. Picking him up to his feet. Fireman's carry. Tundra. Bang! Open and shot. For a close fist rather. Cover. New tag team champion. 2 count Brutus though. Able to kick out. As this matchup continues live on NXT. Back live on NXT as Julius Creed back into the matchup alongside Mr. Iguana. Cruiser fixing him a penny predicament. 2 count on Creed. Brutus making the save. Just in time was Brutus, but there's a code breaker by the Iguana. And Iguana's looking good. Top rope. New champions. Julius is out here. Another diving headbutt off the top. Come on. Hook of the leg. Shoulders down. 2-0. Julius staying alive. Iguana couldn't put him away that time. Nice counter by Julius. And oh god, what's Julius going to make? Oh, German suplex. Flipping him in all sorts. And oh, look at the torque of the body of the Iguana. Trying to blade blossom and a shooting star pressing the top. But Julius able to stop him that time. Getting it broken up though by the Psycho Clown. Oh, but look at Julius. Rob step on Psycho Clown. So big on Halo. That's Iguana who's legal, but look out here, Iguana! Gonna send Julius down! Brute throw him off the ropes. Iguana picks him up. Big shot. What's Iguana gonna make? Electric chair goes down. Oh, Bulldog! Cover! New tag champs! Leg hook! Shoulders down! No! Such a close call, but a kick out by Julius Creed. Tag. Here comes Psycho Clown now. Psycho Clown backing up Creed, spinning in, vertigo! Shoulders down, let's me do it, 2, throw the kick out! Barely looked like he even kicked out of it, but nonetheless, Psycho Clown got it even more psycho here against Julius Creed. Oh man, big forearm, no counter that time. And it's a forearm by Julius. And now Julius picking him up. Look at the strength here. Cartwheels through. And a sliding Creed clothesline. Cover. Shoulders down. Hook the leg. This may be enough here. 1, 2 to a 10. No. Psycho Clown kicking out. Referee took his time to get out of position for that. This NXT Tag Team title contest continues. Here comes Brutus tag back in now by his brother Julius. Oh, big Shot missing there. Psycho Clown picked them up, running through with Brutus here. Raid, crash, cover. Julius makes the save. This tag team title match continues tonight live on NXT. We're back live on the black and silver brand. That's Brutus Creed. And it is Mr. Iguana Legal. Mr. Iguana getting decimated throughout the break by Brutus, who got him with a senton as we came back. Tag make. Here comes Julius. Top rope to put them away. Brutus. Boom by the Creed. And a cover. Hook of the leg, shoulders down to retain the tag team titles. No, there's Psycho Clown out of nowhere making the save. Where the hell did he come from? Oh, and Julius not happy. Gonna send Psycho Clown back down. Oh goodness, big shot, no blocked. And an Iguana, no shot blocked by Julius. And a Julius running right through with a shoulder tackle. Julius Creed getting pissed off now. With Mr. Iguana and Psycho Clown. Shot, no blocked. Iguana, shot blocked by Julius. And now Creed overhead, bow and a belly throw. And Julius Creed. Iguana wants to make the tag. Brutus not going to allow it to happen. And Julius not going to allow it to happen. And Julius is on fire. And her straps are down. It's all serious now. And a standing shooting star press. That may do it. Cover. Hook of the leg. Shoulders down. No Psycho Clown and no win. For the AAA competitors, the Creeds retain the gold today. For the first of 3 championship matchups this evening sees the champs retain. In a matchup where they didn't know who their opponents would be. That's how they wanted it though. And it worked out well for them. But controversy here because it didn't even look like Julius had kicked out. A very slight move in the shoulder there. Caused the referee to stop the count. But it was a very close call all match round. As the Creeds were able to retain the NXT tag titles with that right there. Shooting star on the Iguana. For the 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, Brutus and Julius. Great way to kick us off in Orlando. Incredible opening contest. Who will be next to step up to the Creeds, who now have their second successful NXT Tag Team Championship defense? But still to come tonight, we've got more championship action in the main event. It's all Ego Ethan Page going at it with Trek Williams. He's been a thorn in the side of Trek for weeks now. They go at it for the gold in your main event later on. But up next, that is for the North American Championship as Big Bronson Reed puts the gold on the line against the young rookie who defeated Joe Hendry in shocking fashion a couple of weeks ago on WWE Dark. Miles Bourne, that contest coming your way next. We're back live on NXT as here comes Miles Bourne. Got a huge ovation from this Orlando faithful tonight. Miles Bourne a couple of weeks ago defeating Joe Hendry in the main event of WWE Dark, which earned himself this opportunity at the NXT North American Championship in just his second match of this series. Will he be able to knock off the Big Aussie? He won the gold in the final NXT event of the season, NXT TakeOver, Stand and Deliver. He won it in a 6-man ladder match, an action-packed ladder match alongside Ilya Dragunov, Damian Priest, Solo Sikoa, the defending champ Austin Theory, and the original bro, Matt Riddle. Can Miles Bourne be on the level of Oscilla tonight? He might have leaps and bounds to go before that, but he can certainly have a good show, or maybe he can shock the world and become the new North American champion. This would be Reed's second defense of the NXT North American Championship, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll see how Reed fares in that one. He defeated Austin Theory, the former champion, 2 weeks ago right here in Orlando on NXT to make sure he was still the North American champion. Let's see how they go here with Miles Bourne. Going to be another David versus Goliath battle. Miles Bourne might be a big, muscly competitor, but he is not the size of Bronson Reed. Very different in match stature here. So this is going to be a fun one. Yet another championship contest tonight. The second of 3. The NXT titles that are coming in main event. But right now it's all about that. The beautiful, crowded and prestigious NXT North American Championship. Let's head it down to the ring now with the official ring introductions from Mr. Mike Rowe.
Introducing the challenger from Wilmington, North Carolina, weighing in at 220 pounds, Miles Bourne. And his opponent from Black Forest, South Australia, weighing in at 330 pounds, the NXT North American Champion, Big Bronson Reed.
Thank you, mate. Gonna be a fun one for the North American title tonight. Reed and Bourne. And have a fun contest for the ages this evening. Referee Derek Sanders assigned the duty for this one here tonight. Hold the title up in the air, up in the skies, if you will. Here we go, Miles Bourne. Looking good, looking ready. Bronson Reed as well. Referee ring the bell and match up now officially underway. How can Miles Bourne compete with Big Bronson Reed? Well, he's going right into a collarable tie with a big man. Don't know how wise that is, but nonetheless, they go right for it. Collar elbow. Reed able to back up Miles Bourne against the ropes. No surprise there. Miles wants to win this matchup. He's going to have to use his speed and agility to try and conquer the mountain that is Bronson Reed. After defeating Austin Theory a couple of weeks ago, Reed looks to be on a warpath in just his second defense of the North American title. Another collarable tie up here. Bronson Reed, Miles Bourne jockeying for position, center of the ring, North American title match. Reed now grabbing the side headlock on Miles Bourne. Bourne in trouble here to kind of try and fight desperately out of this side headlock on Big Bronson Reed. And he's able to do it, whips him up and sends him out of the ring on the apron. Miles Bourne now. This might be a way to win. Look at the strength of Miles. Back suplex on the hardest part of the ring. Off goes Bronson on the ring apron. Miles Bourne looking good. Bronson to his feet and what Miles Bourne just did, and he flew. Take it out right on the outside. Toe back on heel. This is exactly the mentality that Miles Bourne needs. A great young upstart. The future is very bright for this competitor. Heading up to the top rope. North American title. The line cross body cover. Hook in the leg. Shoulders down. Will it be enough? No, only enough for one. Oh, not even close there was Big Bronson. Reed elbow drop now right in the chest of Reed by Miles Bourne. Standing moonsault. Going for a second one. Oh, getting caught up. Getting two caught up. And Bronson going to make him pay for it. Big clothesline, and just sits right on him, jumping on him. Big ass drop to the midsection of Miles, now picking him up. And this is where Miles is going to get absolutely decimated here by Reed. What an elbow, Reed off the ropes, and a Bronson with a senton. Bronson Reed showing off here, live in the NXT shed in Orlando. And now shoving him right there. Into that corner. Look at this Big Bronson Reed, my goodness. And I'm throwing him halfway across the ring. Bronson now flying in. Oh, we're missing the senton that time. Missing the ass senton. Bourne smartly getting out of it. And there's a crucifix penny predicament. Shoulders down here on Reed. 2 count kick out. Got 2 that time though. Elbow drop to the back of Big Aussie. For the championship this evening. Miles Bourne doesn't know exactly what to do. Went outside of the ring, now going back in, now going back out to the top rope. Bronson Reed might catch him where he wants him because Miles Bourne couldn't think of what he wanted to do. Went for another crossbody. That time Reed moving out of the way and a German suplex, launching him halfway across the ring. And a Reed now launching him by his boot to a grounded Miles Bourne, who's trying to fight back up. Out of the corner here, but it's Big Bronson Reed taking control of this one. Now what's Big Bronson thinking here? Miles Bourne perched up in the corner. Oh no, big brute bomb! Out of the corner by Big Bronson Reed. Shooting a half, now it's Osella. And a big elbow by Reed. Big Bronson on a cover, shoulders down, he retained the NXT North American Championship. 1 count by Miles. Well, Miles showing some promise, showing some fight. Very defiant against Big Bronson Reed tonight. Got an elbow drop right in the back. Miles going to fight back. Going a big Miles Bourne clothesline. Miles Bourne certainly one of the breakout stars this season. I can already sense it. It could be tonight if they can capture gold. And what some would consider an upset against Big Bronson Reed. But yet again, some consider unbeaten Joe Hendry an upset. He's still got the job done. Slingshot crossbar to the outside. Sends him backhand. Can Miles capitalise? Got him where he wants him. Flatliner on Reed. Cover. Shoulders down. Hook in the leg. Scoring only one and Reed kicking out. Well, if two can play that game. Miles can kick it at once, so can Big Bronson Reed, and he can move out of the way of the standing moonsault for the second time, and a Reed with a jagged edge. Death Valley driver, cover, hook in the leg, shoulders down, scoring two, and a kick out by Miles. Miles still showing signs of life, and Reed is pissed off. He cannot believe his eyes. Oh God. Right by the ears, he can already barely hear out of them. It's Bronson Reed. Dragging him right back down to reality. Top rope. Rita put him away. Soon. No. Knees up. Knees up. Miles has his opportunity. Miles, look at the strength. Oshigoroshi. And a swinging neck breaker. Bourne for the North American Championship. Listen to this, please. Can Miles do it? Frog splash. Top rope. Cover. 2. No. What a match that continues live. We're back live on NXT as Miles Bourne hits an incredible moonsault to a standing Reed out of the corner off the springboard. Stomping away as Bourne has been in control through the break, but not for long. Reed moving out the way of that moonsault, and now Bronson Reed got him here. Reed crouch. High angle dropped him into the top of his head. Cover to retain. 2 count on Bourne. Not a kick out again. Shoulder up by Miles. A great encounter tonight for the North American title, the second of 3 championship matches this evening. St. Thomas, no! Knees up by Miles. Has been good at countering big maneuvers from Bronson with those knees. And out Bourne again! Out of nowhere by Miles. Drapes the arm over Reed. Will it be enough for the North American goal? 2 count. No! Bronson able to survive. Somehow, some way, ladies and gentlemen. What a battle. Miles Bourne getting every move in his arsenal on Big Bronson Reed, including the top rope elbow. And the middle rope splash is Reed able to roll through, get the knees up on. And it was Bronson. Big shots, more shots. Look at Reed. Oh no. Tour of the Island. Shades of SmackDown superstar JC Mateo, who competed last week in SmackDown's main event against Roman Reigns. And it almost scored Miles the win. Or almost scored Reed the one over Miles rather, but Miles saying no. Miles kicking out. Miles rolling him up. Victory roll to get the victory. To steal one. To walk out new champion though. Bronson surviving. Will we have a title change tonight? Will it be in this contest? It remains to be seen. Headbutt by the big Aussie. And then picking up. Bronson got him and out. Able to drop him with yet another jagged edge. The Death Valley driver, DVD by Big Bronson Reed. Bourne down and out, top rope, Reed, Tsunami! Encountering it this time, cover, hook in the leg, shoulders down, scoring 2, and Bronson Reed retains the NXT North American Championship. But what a fight from Miles Bourne. Just like his great performance against Joe Hendry, which he ended up winning. He had another great showing tonight, but couldn't get the same result and couldn't capture the North American Championship, as Bronson Reed now officially has 2 successful defenses of his NXT North American Championship. Congratulations, Reed. That's how he done it. Tsunami off the top. Bourne wasn't getting up from that. Hell of a contest. Congratulations, Reed, who's still your champ.
Here is your winner, and still NXT North American Champion, Big Bronson Reed.
The action tonight has been fast and furious on NXT. As Bronson Reed standing tall on top of his game with his North American title over his shoulder. But let's take a break from championship matches for a moment and move on to some women's action for opportunity to become the inaugural NXT Women's North American Champion. Another spot awaits. And it's Lash Legend taking on Stephanie Vaquer in a North American Championship ladder match qualifier to join the likes of Julia, Sol Ruka and Blake Monroe and the Women's North American Championship ladder match to crown the inaugural Women's North American Champion in a number of weeks' time. And out first, both these women making their debut. Here comes this one, the Bougie Bully. Everybody so far who's had a shot to qualify for the NXT Women's North American Championship ladder match has been making their debut here on NXT. This is no exception. A big opportunity for both these women, including Lash. Big matchup coming your way next live on NXT. We're back live on the black and silver brand as here comes La Primera. Stephanie Vaquer making her first showing on NXT tonight. Oh, so far it has been Julia who defeated JC Jane in the inaugural episode of NXT to qualify and in a North American Championship ladder match. It was Sol Ruka the week prior, or the week after rather, who was able to defeat Lola Vice to qualify, and it was Blake Monroe this past week on WWE Dark who defeated Tatum Paxley to qualify. One of those women could very well be the inaugural NXT Women's North American Champion, or it could be one of these two. The winner of this contest, Lash Legend, Stephanie Vaquer, both debuting this evening live on NXT. So here we go. Bell has been rung. Matchup on the way is Legend. Walks right towards Stephanie Vaquer. Gary Wilson, the official, assigned the duties for this contest this evening. On the black and silver brand in Orlando in the NXT shed. Here we go, gonna get a colorable tap to kick us off. Both women cautious to approach, and here we go. Big heavy tie up here. Who's gonna get the upper hand? Lash Legend able to use her power and turn it into a waist lock. Got the waist lock since then on La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer. Vaquer in trouble now. Snapmare down and a rear chin lock by Vaquer. Got her exactly where she wants her here. Just trying to put it away. Lash Legend over there. There's Lash. Turns it in. Got a hammer lock on Vaquer. And there's Vaquer in trouble off the hammer lock. Stephanie able to fight back. Turns it right back into a headlock. Now it's Lash Legend down and out. Now Lash Legend turns it around. Top wrist lock. Good chain wrestling sequence by these debutantes tonight on the NXT brand. And the NXT Women's Division has been popping up as of late. Even the Men's Division as well. A lot of new debuting faces such as Penta, Ray Phoenix, Ethan Page, amongst others. Joe Hendry Mills born as well. For the likes of the Women's Division, Julia, Stephanie, Sol Ruka, Jordan Grace, Lash Legend, the list goes on. Look at that, Stephanie again. Another rounded rear chin lock on Lash, but Lash gonna power out of it, use her power, game to fade out. A jawbreaker that time, and a clothesline, down goes La Primera. Well, you've got to imagine the likes of Julia, Sol Ruka and Blake Monroe are looking in closely to see who will join those three in the 6-woman North American Championship ladder match. And now 4 weeks time. We'll be having 3 more episodes of NXT before we get to that contest for the ladder match. 4 more episodes after this one. Or sorry, 3 more episodes after this one. This one counts as the 4th technically since it's still ongoing. But nonetheless, Vaquer back in control. Face first goes Legend on the canvas. You can imagine how will Lash Legend fare in a ladder match scenario. She is not the most agile, but she's an incredible athlete. And clearly going to be the powerhouse of the ladder match if she's able to qualify. Stephanie Vaquer, very nimble, very agile as well. Both incredible talents. Core breaker by Vaquer. Middle rope now goes La Primera. Leg drop though. Moving out the way. Landing hard on her tailbone. And it's going to be Lash Legend able to capitalize. It's a rib breaker by Lash off the ropes. Lash splash! Shoulders down. Cover. 1 count only, says the official Gary Wilson. Stephanie able to survive it. Elbow dropping in the back. Right on the lower back of Vaqueras. Both these women looking to make a statement. Looking to make a great first impression on the NXT bar. Went for another Lash splash. But again, it's Vaquera able to dodge it. And now Stephanie runs in. Flown over DDT. Busting her open in the process. We got blood tonight. Courtesy of Lash Legends. Stephanie Vaquera, a couple of kicks right in the back of Lash. And again, Vaquera loving those kicks. Going after the leg now. And a leg DDT, a great technical wrestler. Is La Primera Stephanie Vaquera. A great powerhouse wrestler. Is Lash Legend. Very contrasting styles here as there's a Saito by Stephanie Vaquera. Saito suplex going all about the Lash Legend, able to get her right in the midsection with that elbow. And now it's Lash picking her up. Oh, got her. Dream straight here and gonna slam her down in the back. And now throwing her all the way around. Oh, goodness. Lash Legend, the powerhouse, picking up Vaquera again, running, power slam cover. Will it be enough to qualify for the ladder match? 1 count only, says Vaquera. Able to keep hanging in there. There's some incredible stomps though. By Lash Legend off the rope. Slash splash avoided again by Vaquera. She's tried that 3 times. Only one of them was successful. Vaquera now shoulders down. Pinning predicament to go to ladder match. 2 count kick out by Lash. Yeah, Lash saying hell no to that one. And Lash, oh, what a bicycle boot. Right to John Vaquera. Cover. Hook in the leg. Shoulders down. Only enough for 2. That's a kick out by Stephanie. What an action-packed edition of NXT this has been thus far, folks. Is Lash Legend gonna pick up Vaquera? Oh, got her a submission. Torture rack here by Legend. Wrenching away on Stephanie Vaquera. La Primera in a world of hurt. Big shots made at the top of the head of Lash Legend. And now it's Stephanie fading back, knee fist shot there. And a code breaker again by Vaquera. And now rolling to the outside is Lash. This may give a big opportunity for Stephanie Vaquera, looking to fly. Tope cross body to the outside by La Primera. Well, we just saw her counterpart in Miles Bourne moments ago. He was unsuccessful. Can Stephanie be successful in honour of Miles Bourne? Miles had a great showing earlier on. Stephanie having a great showing right now. Springboards in with a crossbody on Lash Legend. Picking Lash up, kick to the midsection. This could be it. Vaquera with this. VB cover. Hook in the leg, shoulders down and going to the ladder match. 2 count. That's no. I thought it was over. Legend getting a shoulder up. Oh, goodness. In a very close call that time. Not enough for the 3. Sends her into the corner. Stephanie Vaquera. Nice dragon screw leg whip that time. Oh, just wrenching away on the leg of the ankle of Lash Legend. Top rope now goes Stephanie Vaquera. Can she fly? Leg drop? No. Nobody home. Able to move out the way. The leg drop multiple times was Lash Legend. Now Lash, shoulders down. Schoolgirl to steal one and go out of the North American title ladder match. 2 count kick out by Vaquera once more. Here to her feet. Lash, oh, running in European uppercut. Spinning still by Legend. Picking up Vaquera to put her away. Show cold and a slam down. Set out powerbomb cover. Legend for a big upset. 2 count. No. Kick out by Vaquera. Vaquera well travelled. Wrestled in Mexico, Japan, the United Kingdom, the United States. Her native as well of Chile. So it would be an upset if Lash is able to knock her off. But Lash is having a great performance here tonight. A fall away slam connects by the Bougie Bully. Well, it is no secret that the crowd tonight in Orlando are clearly on the side of La Primera, and she's able to avoid the double axe handle. What's Stephanie thinking here? Top rope. On a lash, middle rope goes Stephanie, and then it's suplex. My goodness, getting laid out. Was Lash. And a top rope, the care now with the Cares Inferno! And the cover of that corkscrew splash! The 2 count! And the win by the Care! She is heading to the NXT Women's North American Championship ladder match. It is now 4 women that is officially qualified. Julia, Soruka, Blake Monroe, and Stephanie Vaquer. What a lineup it is looking like so far. 2 more to be announced in the next coming weeks on NXT. But what a hell of a fight from both ladies. Lash Legend brought it in defeat, almost picking up the win against the more experienced Stephanie Vaquer. That right there was an incredibly close call, but only enough for 2. And Vaquer able to hit that twisting corkscrew moonsault that she dubbed the Cares Inferno. For the 1, 2, 3, she could very well become the inaugural NXT Women's North American Champion. I'll tell you, this roster on NXT is really heating up with a lot of heavy hitters, especially in the women's division. It is on fire right now on the black and silver brands. And are we looking at our inaugural NXT Women's North American Champion? It would certainly go with our colour scheme of our gear. The red golds with a red Stephanie Vaquer. Even on her face, busted up. Congratulations, Stephanie. Incredible debut tonight, but still to come next week on NXT. We've got an incredible NXT Cruiserweight title match. El Hill v Kingos coming out of NXT to challenge Javon Evans. But starting next week as well, the Dusty Rhodes Tag Classic. Hank and Tank vs Fraxium. LWO vs Iguana and Psycho Clown. Alpha Academy vs A-Town Down Under. And Angel Umberto versus the Lucha Bros of Penta and Phoenix. Hank and Tag and Fraxium starting us off in the Dusty Tag Classic next week. Also, who will join the North American title ladder match? Gina Parker, Kalani Jordan, also making their debut next week. But coming up next, it is now time for your main event of the evening. NXT Championship on the line. Trick Williams making his second defense of the gold as he puts it on the line against All Ego Ethan Page. It's next in your main event. Well, I'll tell you, NXT next week is looking action-packed as ever. The fallout from Backlash, which is coming your way this Saturday night. But right now it is about the NXT Championship, and here comes the challenger. Getting a shot after only one singles victory in this series. It is All Ego Ethan Page. It was 3 weeks ago on NXT where Trick Williams was able to defeat Dirty Dominic Mysterio in the main event to retain the NXT Championship. He was jumped after the bell by the debuting Ethan Page. The week after, Page would end up defeating Ilya Dragunov. And last week, him and Shawn Spears were supposed to team up with Trick Williams and Ilya Dragunov, or against Trick and Ilya in a tag team match, but Spears in the backstage area attacked Ilya earlier on in the night, rendering him unable to compete in the tag team main event last week. Therefore, Trick went and found himself another partner in the form of the Ruler, Obafemi, who was able to pin Shawn Spears in the tag match last week, allowing Trick and Obafemi to get the win over Page and Spears. But Page didn't get pinned in that match, and he doesn't want to get pinned tonight, or else he will not become the NXT champion. It's our third of 3 championship matches tonight. Both title matches the champs have retained. Will we see a new champ right here live in Orlando? As here comes the champion then, Trick Williams, who desperately wants to get some revenge and payback on Ethan Page for coming for him in his NXT debut, and then taking out a good body of Tricks and a man that he respects in the form of Ilya Dragunov. He's going to want revenge on Ethan Page and Shawn Spears. It was Page that gave the order to Spears to do the attack. It's just Spears that was the one that done it. So you've got to imagine Dragunov got to have revenge on both those superstars going forward. But nonetheless, Trick Williams tonight making a raucous entrance, as always, out of the NXT shed, getting ready to defend his championship for the second time. He came up short on numerous exchanges to become the NXT champion last season, losing to the likes of Gunther and Carmelo Hayes for the gold. but then was able to defeat Mello on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania Sunday, in the opening contest, which is available for replay now, folks, if you so please, to become the NXT champion. He's been a defending champion ever since the second tonight, and they are fighting for that, the beautiful, coveted and prestigious NXT Championship. Let's head it down to the ring now with the official ring introductions from Mr. Micro.
Introducing the challenger from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 225 pounds, All Ego, Ethan Page. And his opponent from Columbia, South Carolina, weighing in at 250 pounds, the NXT champion, Trick Williams.
Thank you, mate. Trick looking as ready as ever to defend his NXT Championship once again against the man he hates, the man the crowd hates. You thought they hated Dirty Dom? Just wait till you got a load of All Ego Ethan Page. Here we go, the official is saying the duties for this contest tonight, your main event of the evening. Holding up that right there NXT title, which is on the line tonight. Here we go, man. This is going to be fun. That's Page, that's Trick, your main event. Here we go, bell has been rung. Matchup underway for the NXT Championship. Ethan Page gunning Trick Williams to hit him. He's been wanting to do it for weeks. He got him to do it a little bit in the tag team match last week, and he's doing it tonight. Big shot. And Ethan Page on the knife edge jaw. But here we go. Blow for blow off the opening bell to kick us off in this NXT Championship main event. Back and forth they go. Shot for shot. Trading blows and trading heavy leather offense. Here tonight live in your main event with the NXT Championship hanging in the balance. Oh, there's Trick. Nice kick to the midsection. And now Williams up the ropes and a scissor kick. Shades in the Hall of Famer Booker T. A man that had a great hand in training. Trick Williams. Elbow drop right on the back by Trick Willie. Irish whip sends it in the corner. Now Trick now in. So what a chop. Knife edge in the corner. And just going to dominate Ethan Page like he's been dreaming of doing for the last couple of weeks now. We mentioned Booker T earlier on. There's a spinneroonie by the Trickaroonie by the NXT champion. You don't want to be showboating too much, Trick. You're in there with a very calculated and dangerous opponent in the form of All Ego Ethan Page. Big boot into the temple of Trick Williams. And now, oh God, got a boot. Oh, boot right to the midsection, walking right over Trick Williams in this NXT Championship main event. And the best move in all of pro wrestling by Ethan Page, trying to slow down the pace with a neck crank onto Trick Williams. They're going to make a submission here. Boston crab by Ethan Page. Oh, and the ropes are right there. And rolling to the outside of the ring was Trick Williams. Page going right back out. They're going to try and send him right back into the ring. Ethan Page grabbing him, sends him back. Page in control here. Ethan Page going to work over the NXT champion. Oh, goodness. What a neck breaker by the challenger, telling this crowd to shut up. He can go as slow as he wants. He can be as careful, as methodical as he so pleases. If he walks out champion tonight, it will all be worth it. Page just having a go at this crowd, winding them up so they boo him louder and louder. Ethan Page, look at that. My God. Incredible. Backbreaker that time by All Ego Ethan Page. Sends him into the corner. Page now, what's he thinking here? Backing up Trick Williams. Oh, Snake Eyes in the corner, up the ropes, and a big boot by Ethan Page. And a cover. Is that enough for the NXT Championship? 2 down on Trick and a kick out, but a weak kick out of that by Trick Williams. Ethan Page has been doing a great job at slowing down this match, making sure that Trick Williams can't get into it and taking this live crowd out of it as well. Live in Orlando in the NXT shed and continuing to do so. Yet another neck crank by Page. Best move in all the wrestling. No one can tell me otherwise. But then again, Trick Williams fighting right back into it now. And now Trick, we're going to try and turn the tides. Keep on keeping on. Oh, God, what a shot. Trick Williams, middle rope off that combination. No offense and a full-on. Able to drop Ethan Page right where he stands. Picks him up now. Trick, Falcon Arrow. And that's championship matchup. Will we see off-week champs retain, or will we see a title change in your final title match tonight? Trick Williams grabbing Ethan Page. Nice suplex. So it'd be a shame for Trick after a full year of fighting and scratching and clawing to finally get to the main event, seeing if he lost it in a blink of an eye to Ethan Page of all people. But there's a float over Uranagi by Trick. Cover 2 to only 1. Ethan Page able to kick out pretty early on of that. And Trick's only had one successful defense since winning it at WrestleMania. Yes, it was months ago now, but he have not been active since then. Since coming back just in the end of March. And there's Trick Willie! My goodness. Sending down Ethan Page with authority there with that pounce. We've seen him do it before. And I'm heading off the ropes and another. Scissor kick, Shayna Booker T. And now shooting the half, shoulders down for the title, retain here against Ethan Page. That's another new fall in your main event of the evening. If you guys are enjoying this WWE 2K26 Universe Mode series that is only just getting started, make sure you leave a like for me and subscribe if you haven't already, with the notification bell turned on so you don't miss any more of this fantastic NXT action here, as well as the entirety of this Universe Mode. Backlash coming your way this Sunday night. You don't want to miss that as well, folks. This Saturday night, rather. As Page picks him up. Deadlift power slam. Cover for the title. 2 count track. Able to kick out. And don't be afraid. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below, folks. As Ethan Page picks up Trick. We're going to put it away. Title in the line. Here goes Edge. Oh goodness, not like this, the cover. Do we have a new champion? 2 count. No, Trick survives. Trick survives as your main event continues live. Oh man. But I am always open to constructive criticism, ladies and gentlemen. So let me know what you guys think of the show down in the comment section down below. I'm always open to hear about it, folks. It helps us grow as a community, helps me grow as a person, and helps this channel grow. As what is Ethan Page doing here? He's got a kendo stick. He's bringing it into the ring, the official, taking it from him. Well, Ethan Page want to try and use that as a weapon, perhaps. As Trick Williams back on the apron, he gets set right back out by Page. And a Page, uh-oh. Picking the kendo stick right back up. Well, if he hits some with it, he will lose. Disqualification here. He will lose by disqualification. Not even a counter champion's advantage. He would get disqualified regardless. But wait a minute, Trick with a Trick shot. Page was suckered him in with a candlestick. But Williams caught him with a Trick shot on the outside. The officials in a count of 5. Will Page get counted out to lose this matchup and cause Trick to retain the title? 7 now from the official. Ethan Page back into the ring. Here's Page, shoulders down, inside Cradle, small package to steal it. Walk out, new champion, not like this. 2 count kick out by Trick. Oh man, and Page undoing the turnbuckle pad in the corner there. Drag overhand shoulder to Trick Williams. And oh, Page with a core breaker. Page decimating Trick now. And I'm undoing the other turnbuckle pad as Ethan Page. Trying to do anything he can possibly do. Trying to do any means necessary to become the NXT champion. They fetch up time and time again. Trick able to counter. Trick now fading back. Nice shot. And now Trick Williams off the ropes. 3rd time in the match with a scissor kick. On it all, here you go, Ethan Page. Trick picking him up to a vertical base. Kick that time caught by Ethan Page. Does it round, swipe to it, a big boom! Bicycle boot by Ethan Page, and now all not again. On doing that turnbuckle pad, and now Ethan Page outside of the ring trying to get that kendo stick. that was brought out from underneath the ring earlier on. Back in the ring. Again, if you use it, you'll get DQ'd. Referee taking it from him again. Trick Williams inside cradle. Is Page going to cost himself? Shoulders down. Small package. 1 count only. Page surviving it. Now it's Trick. Picks him back up. Big shot. Big chop. No counter by Ethan Page. Page with a shot. And now Ethan Page. Another big forearm. Referee fixing the turnbuckle pad. Now twisted grab by Page. Out of the cover. Big leg for the title, but the official too busy fixing the turnbuckle. Would have been 2. Would have been 3. Would have 1. 4. 5. 6. 7. On a kick out. He would have beaten him twice for the NXT Championship if he hadn't undone the turnbuckle pads. Now the official turning to the other one. And Ethan Page may have costed himself the NXT title because he's too hell-bent on cheating and doing anything any means necessary. But Page with a deadlift power slam again. The cover once more for the title. No! A Trick kicking out once again. Well, what a main event for the NXT Championship tonight. Now, come on, Ethan. The referee just fixed that. And once again, she's going to turn to it once more. But wait a minute, Trick! Uranage! Cover! Hooking the leg, shoulders down with the official fixing turnbuckle again. 1, 2, 3. With a bad him and now he kicked out. Trick would have just retained. Now it is paying dividends for Ethan Page. It didn't before. It will now. Will it remain to do so? Ethan Page picks him up. Look at the strength. Got him again and dropping him face first into the canvas. Oh, come on, Ethan. Come on. That's enough now. Undoing the turnbuckle pad again and an old cheeky stomp on Trick Williams. And no, the official's hitting the turnbuckle pad. Page getting the candlestick and well away. On a busted open now, Trick Williams puts the candlestick down the cover. The official still turning to it. 1, would have been 2, 3, 4, and a kick out now by Trick. But that was a 4 count. Page would have won if he had just maybe went for the cover a couple of seconds later. Away goes the candlestick again. Page went for twisted grin, I believe. Trick gave a counter. It sends him into the corner. And look at Trick Willie. Middle rope on drag off the avalanche maneuver that time. The crowd going crazy. Trick Williams off the ropes. Trick shot. Second time of the match. Page busted open into the cover. Look at the legs. Shoulders down to retain. 2 count. He got him. Trick Williams is still the NXT champion of the world. Therefore, all 3 champions able to retain their titles tonight in a 3 championship contest on what has been an incredible installment of NXT live from Orlando as always. A lot of close calls, a lot of would-be 3 counts if it wasn't for certain factors noting around Ethan Page all of those times pretty much. But a great match, a great way to end off this episode of NXT with Trick Williams retaining, walking out style NXT champion with 2 trick shots in the match. Congratulations, Trick. You're still the champ.
Here is your winner, and still the NXT champion, Trick Williams.
Well, what a matchup, folks, and what a show it's been. That's all we have time for. Thank you very much for joining us live on NXT tonight, and join us tomorrow for SmackDown. Peace!